There we go. I know we've got Ratana popping up. There you are. Perfect. And Elena will be over in the corner fiddling a little bit with the mic stuff. But other than that, hello, welcome. My name's Meg. For those of you who don't know me, I think I know pretty much everybody in the room. But welcome to Yoga Ignite. When I say animal movement, I mean we're going to be doing a couple of different things. Some of you are familiar with animal movement. Some of you are looking at me like, oh God, why am I've made a mistake. You're going to be fine. It's going to be super fun. And we'll incorporate different pieces. So animal movement is a different movement to increase mobility and flexibility in your body that I'll incorporate into the pieces of yoga. So with that, let's get started in child's pose. Some of you still look scared. You'll be fine, I promise. Child's pose. Get your fingertips way down into the mat. Spread them out nice and wide. Connect them down into the floor. And take a deep breath in together. Fill yourself all the way up. And exhale it out. Another breath like that. A deep, full inhale that expands your lungs, your upper back. And exhale it out. One more like that. Fill up all the way. Fill up, fill up, fill up. That good stuff. Get settled. Fingertips into the floor. And walk your feet up to your hands. Hang in ragdoll. Pull the pit of your belly way in and up. Press the four corners of both of your feet straight down into the floor. More awake than they've been all day. Probably in some form of dress shoes or boots because it's cold outside. Just get them down into the mat. Spread out the soles of your feet. Rise all the way up to standing. Reach through your fingertips and bring your thumbs to heart center. Set your intention for practice. So for some of you, it's just being open to the possibility of something new in your practice. We'll send out those intentions with 3 ohms. Take a deep breath in. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull with your weights if you've got them. High push up and pause. Right knee to right elbow. Left knee to left elbow. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths together. In. Big exhale. Good. 2 more. In together. Push the air back out. Last one. Fill up. Exhale completely. Look forward and move. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. Rise up. Look up between your fingers. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Big breath in together. Purposeful exhale. Good. 2 more. In. Empty. Last one. Fill up. Push all the air back out. Look forward and move. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. Take your breath up, up, up. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap. Knee tap. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Exhale it out. Breathe in. Empty. Last one. Fill up. Empty all the way out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain, rise up. Look up between your fingertips. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap. Knee tap. Low push up. Upward facing. Down dog. Breath in together. Purposeful exhale. Breathe in. Empty it out. Last one. Fill. Push all the air back out. Spring forward. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. One more sunny. Rise up to standing and reach. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap. Knee tap. Low push up. Upward facing. Downward facing. Breath in together. Big exhale. Breath in. Thumbs down on your exhale. Yes, anchor them down. One more breath. Push all the air back out. Jump to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Okay, instead of chair pose, I know you're like, ready, I'm going to go into chair pose. We're going to do leaping leopard instead. Crouch down at the head of your mat. Yeah, we're just adding this one piece into the sun beast. You'll leap and land on your feet. Then halfway lift. Halfway lift. Yep. High push-up, step back. Same as our regular sun beast. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one with open palms or weights. Reach up to the ceiling. Low push-up. Hands to the floor. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side warrior one. Step and stretch all the way up. Low push-up. Big breath in up dog. Let it out in down dog. Full breath in together. Big breath out. Good. Two more. In and empty. Last one. Fill up. Empty it out. Move forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Squat down. Leaping leopard. Hips low to the mat. Leap up once and land. Good. Halfway lift. High push-up. Yeah, you got it. No big deal. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. Step and lunge nice and deep. Yes, Ruby. Chaturanga. Hands to the floor. Upward facing. Down dog. Woo. Left side. Step it through. Surprise everybody. Now you're awake. Reach up. Chaturanga. Hands to the mat. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good. Breathe in together. Big breath out. Two more. In. Get clear. Last one. Empty it out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Squat down. Down on your hips. Leaping leopard. Shoot up and land. Halfway lift. High push up. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Right side. Warrior one. Stack your knee right on top of that ankle. Right in front. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Left side. Warrior one. Step, press, lift. Chaturanga. Big breath in up dog. Fill up your lungs. Downward facing dog. Whoo. Breathe in together. Big breath out. Breath in. Empty. Last one. Fill it up. Clear with a sigh. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Leaping leopard. Squat. Jump and land. Halfway lift. High push up. Beautiful. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low push up. Upward facing. Down dog. Right side warrior one. Step. Take your gaze up to the ceiling. Chaturanga. Big breath. Up dog. Exhale. Down dog. Left side warrior. Step. Long, slow inhale. Reach, reach, reach. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath in together. Clear it out. Breath in. Get empty. One more. Fill. Empty all the way out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Leaping leopard. Squat and jump. Land. Halfway lift. High push up. Knee on the right. Knee on the left. Low push up. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one right side. Come way down into your lunge. Nice and deep. Yes. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side. Warrior. Gaze up and stick it on one spot. Chaturanga. Hands to the mat. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Big breath in together. Big breath out. 2 more. In. Breathe out. Good. Get clear. 1 more. Empty, empty, empty. Move forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. You've got 1 more sun B. Leaping leopard. Jump up and land. Halfway lift. High push up. Knee tap. Knee tap. Low push up. Upward facing. Down dog. Right side warrior. Step. Plug your front big toe mounts straight into the mat. Yes, Christina. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Left side warrior one. Step. Long slow breath as you go up. Chaturanga on your breath out. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Oh. Yeah, hips are a little more open at this point in class than they typically are. Take a big breath in together. Clear all that out. Send your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Stay right here and breathe. Pause in the 3-legged. Steady, rhythmic Ujjayi breath. Stay or flip your dog. Know that you've got that opportunity to exhale through your mouth and hit the reset button on your breath if you need to. Steady and fluid. Flip back over, side plank. You can have a weight in your left hand or open palm up to the ceiling. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Then flex both of your ankles. Yes, Sweepa, there you go. Spread your toes apart. 1 more inhale. High to low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Send your left leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. Stay for that steady rhythmic breath. Put it in on purpose. Flip your dog. If you can't hear the person next to you breathing, or Ratana, if you can't hear Bert at home, breathe louder, bring them into it. Flip back over, side plank. A weight in your hand or open palm. And if your palm is open, spread your fingertips apart. Yes, send them right up to the ceiling. Great, Rob. 1 more inhale. High to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 1 breath in. Sigh it out. Get clear. Right side crescent lunge. Step through. And the breath got a little quiet, so kickstart that again. Purposeful and intentional with your breath. Come low into your lunging front leg. Yeah, right down into it. From there, keep your legs where they are. Lift your chest up, up, up to the ceiling. Nice, Kelly, like that. Hands to heart center. Twist right. Open your arms. Steady rhythmic breath here. Let that be the piece that softens the pose. So even though there's heat and there's fire and there's work, there's ease. There's a lightness to it. Stay here for 1 more breath. Whole exhale to twist. Warrior 2, unwind. Face the opposite edge of your mat. Yeah, come down low into your lunging leg. Some of you can take a longer stance front to back. Yeah, so if you don't have space to get your thigh parallel with the floor, take a wider stance. Extended side angle. Bring in the breath. On purpose about it. Half bind or full bind. Peel that top shoulder open, back behind you. 1 more breath here. High to low push up. Big breath in up dog. Let it out in down dog. Step your left foot between your hands, crescent lunge. Right away, steady rhythmic breath, whether you've got weights or the open hands, steady breath. Then get your pinky toe on your back foot down into the floor. Yes, Amy, good adjustment. So all of your toes on your back foot are straight into the mat. Hands to heart, twist left. Open your arms. Plug that front big toe mound straight into the floor. Yes, Brian, keep pressing it down into the mat. Last breath. Whole exhale, get complete. Then warrior two. Check in with your thigh. And even if you're thinking, yeah, my thigh's pretty deep, I'm parallel right now, actually look at your physical thigh and see, oh, maybe I'm not as parallel as I thought I was. Yeah, come a little bit deeper into it. Extended side angle. Because here's the thing, if you never get to that point where your thigh is parallel, your muscles don't get the opportunity to strengthen and hold that for you, to make that sustainable for you. Half bind or full bind. So even for a breath or two, if you can hold that and then you need to dial it down, that's still dialing up the practice and the strength. One more inhale. Chaturanga, hands to the floor. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in together. Sigh it out. Yeah, you can make more noise than that though. Breathe in. Exhale. Good. One more. Empty. Move forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose and stay. So really first chair pose of the practice. See if you can get deep down in your hips. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Hands to heart, twist right. Spread your arms apart. So you can have bottom arm on the outside of your knee or in between your knees. I like to squeeze in on my elbow there between my knees. Give me an anchor point. Stay here and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair. Forward fold. First 2 fingers around your big toes. An active fold. Draw your chest down towards your shins. Let your elbows come out to the sides. Yes. Tailbone up to the ceiling. Nice, Roy. Take crow pose from the head of your mat. Make sure the crow's right at the head of your mat. So even if you have zero intention of jumping back tonight, you're setting it up for the future. So when you have that opportunity and you're like, you know what, today's the day, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to shoot my legs back. You'll have the space to do that. Squeeze your inner thighs together and the inner edges of your feet. One more breath. Shoot your legs back. Little push-up. Yes. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take one breath in. Full breath out. Move forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose. Down, down, down. Yes. Get those hip creases nice and deep into the front of your thighs. Hands to heart, twist left. Spread your arms apart. Keep all of that weight back in your hips. And then a lot of you can sit a few inches deeper. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair. Forward fold. Gorilla. Step on your palms. So this is yoga gorilla. We'll do a different gorilla further in the practice. That's an animal movement. Tailbone up to the ceiling. And then create breath. If it got away from you, no big deal. Just restart here. Crow number 2, you got it, from the head of your mat. It's also your opportunity to try on taking an inversion here too. There's room to play, room to expand, room to get a little bit messy and try something on. Pull the pit of your belly way in and up so your legs get light. Last breath here. Step or jump back, low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale together. Exhale it out. Breath in. Clear it. Last one. Exhale completely. Feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Rise all the way to standing. Eagle pose, right side, right arm under, right leg over. Come back to breath. It got a little quiet. Even when you're in a pose that feels extra challenging for you in the moment, lean into your breath. Make it super powerful. Keep your arms bound. Take airplane with your legs. Arms stay bound, airplane with your legs. Press through the sole of your lifted foot. Make it touch the wall behind you. Full airplane. Now reach your heart past the front edge of your mat. Yes. One more breath. Half moon, open up. You got it. Flex that lifted ankle a lot so you can lift it up to the ceiling. Then you can stay here or grab your top ankle with your top hand. Up to you. One more breath here. Open up. Both feet to the floor. Rise up to standing. Eagle pose, left side. Left arm under, left leg over. I like that a lot of you are like trying on a thing and you're not really sure about it and you're just doing it anyway. That's the fun part of yoga. The not being sure what the outcome is going to be and just taking the risk anyway. Keep your arms bound and take airplane with your legs. I feel like when we get to adulthood, we lose a lot of that magic and a lot of that playfulness that we had when we were kids, full airplane. I want you to have some of that back when you're on your mat. Press through the sole of your lifted foot. Half moon. Stretch and expand out through your lifted foot, out through your top fingertips, and take up as much physical space as you can. Then grab that top ankle for sugar cane. Yes, even if you thought that's not for me on the one side, maybe it is on this side. Last breath. Feet to the floor. Rise up to standing. Standing bow or dancer's pose, right side. We've got a strap for dancers. You can use one of the resistance bands for dancers as well. I like that because it's got a little bit of stretch to it. Take your pose. Okay, put all of your attention on your breath. Really intentional, as big as you can make your inhales, as complete as you can get the exhales. Last breath. Switch sides. Right into it, no hesitation. Go from the right to the left. Eyes stay focused right on one spot. Press the sole of your foot right up to the ceiling as high as it'll go. Right side, second set. You can switch to dancers if you've got the strap or stick with standing bow. Take your pose. Lean further forward than feels comfortable in your chest and balance that by pressing your shins straight back behind you. Last breath. Switch. One more. Standing bow or dancers. Lots of breath here. And that will keep you from the lightheadedness or the dizziness, all of the focus on the breath. Yeah, there it is. Wake up your toes on your lifted foot. Beautiful. One more inhale. Feet to the mat. Tree pose, right side. We've got two different options for your arm positions. You can have weights in your hands for cactus or a cow face bind. So left arm up, right arm behind your back. And if your fingertips don't meet, that's fine. You can grab your shirt or have a band between your hands. So you pick which one you want. Those of you with the cactus, you'll tap your hands overhead for 10, 9, 8, 7, keep breathing, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. If the movement's throwing you off a lot when you're in the tree pose, try kickstand for more stability. So you choose opposite elbow on top or cactus, then arms overhead. 10, 9, 8, drishti, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet to the floor. Come up to the head of your mat if you're not there already. Extended mountain, reach up to the ceiling. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High push-up. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot between your hands, triangle. Steady rhythmic breath. Fill all of the space in your physical body that you've made with breath. Press your front big toe mound straight down into the floor. Then press into your feet, rise all the way up to standing. Side facing wide leg fold. Turn your feet to be at least parallel with one another, if not a little pigeon-toed. Hinge forward. We'll start with ninja lunges on this side. So bend your right knee, sink into your right hip. Yes. Yeah, more hips. Lucky you all. Over to the left and into the left hip. So you decide how quickly you're going side to side or how low you're going when you go side to side. Really get into all the nooks and crannies of both of your hip joints. Beautiful. Come back to center. Rise up. We're going to add onto that hip movement with chimpanzee. So come up to the head of your mat with your feet a little bit apart. You're going to come down into your squat again, just like we were doing with leaping leopard. So for chimpanzee, really simple. There's 4 different points. You'll plant your left hand and your right hand, your left foot and your right foot, and come over to the other side. Super simple. Left hand, right foot, left foot. Yes. So there's almost this in and up sensation in your stomach to help lift your hips and get them over rather than you hopping. It's the low belly that pulls in and up. Yes. See if you can stay low on your hips as you move side to side. Don't overthink it. Let it be messy. If you're like, but I'm not really sure, just get down into your hips. One more time to the back of your mat. You got it, Rob. One more time to the front of your mat. Rise all the way up to standing. Ooh, I know. Downward facing dog, make your way there. Gotta make some extra space when it's cold outside. Left side triangle, step your left foot between your hands. Come back into the breath. The overthinking of the chimpanzee movement has now stopped your breath, so restart that. I know, it's like that. Press your big toe mound down on your front foot and reconnect. Steady, rhythmic breath. Rise all the way up to standing. Side facing wide leg fold with a bind at your low back. Hands interlaced or a towel between your hands. Hinge down. Lots of breath, steady and easy. Soften your knees. Keep the knees soft, tip your tailbone up to the sky. Yes. Release your hands down, rise all the way up. Step up to the head of your mat. We'll do animal movement gorilla. So you're up at the head of your mat, facing forward, down in your crouch. So for gorilla, we're going to have leaping leopard and then add on the movement of gorilla. Leaping leopard to turn around. Some of you are looking at me like, what the heck? Yeah, drag and step. Simple, but you're down on your hips. Leaping leopard, gorilla. Yep, you guys got it. Go for it. Leap and turn, gorilla. Drag and move forward. Beautiful. Yes. You've got one more time to go to the back of your mat and then the front of your mat and then make your way to downward facing dog. I know, good work. Good work. Take a deep breath in together. Clear it out. Hit the reset button. Breathe in. Breath out. Last one, fill up. Exhale everything out. Roll out to a high plank. Breathe here in your high plank. So Lisa, this one's not for you because you have a broken toe, but everybody else, we're going to do crocodile as our last animal movement. So similar to chaturanga, you'll move down into chaturanga and pop forward. Yeah, Roy, there you go. Roy's like, I'm just going to do it. Everyone else is like, I'm going to watch you do that. You go and do that. So you're in your high plank. You're using your elbows like springs, and the pop comes from the pit of your belly, coming in and up. You got it. At least one. You guys got to give me at least one crocodile. Lisa's trying to do it on one foot. Yes, Weepa, there you go. Yes, awesome. Okay, come all the way down to the floor. That's enough of that nonsense. Let's do locust pose. Yeah, let's go back to good old locust pose. Palms back by your hips. Rise up off the mat. So same sensation, pit of your belly in and up here in locust. So even though it's physically touching the floor, muscularly, energetically in and up toward the ceiling. One more breath here. Get long, lower down. Rock your hips left and right. So, I'm even kind of out of breath from doing those with you guys. Locust pose number 2. If you'd like to take Superman and reach your hands out in front, that's an option as well. Rise up. Lengthen yourself out. Your whole physical body stretched from crown to toes. One more inhale. Lower down. Side to side to release your low back. Floor number 1. Bend your knees. Grab a hold of your ankles. Go right up into floor ball. Don't lose the momentum. There's strength, there's heat, there's sweat happening. Use all of that goodness to lift up and away from the floor. Big inhale. Lower down. Side to side. Second floor ball. You got it. Bend your knees, grab your ankles, and go. Now's the time where a lot of people have their mind creeping in and making a thing more complicated. You just do the pose and see what happens. Lower down, side to side. Upward facing dog. Rise up off your mat. Downward facing dog. Press back. Take a full breath in together. Big exhale out. Lower your knees for camel. We'll do 2 camels tonight. So if you like to tuck your toes or untuck your toes, you set that base up how you like it. Lift up through your chest and make your way back. You can go fully reclined if that's in your realm of flexibility with your knees. Otherwise, knees and toes are on the ground, chest is up to the ceiling. Breathe right here. Big, steady breath. On your next inhale, rise up and out. Sit back on your heels, high hero. For some of you, it might feel more comfortable to sit on a block between your feet. That's an option too. Okay, for camel number 2, we're going to add on a little piece if you're interested. If not, just regular camel, and it's called flowering lotus. So I didn't lie. This isn't another animal movement, but it is an extra movement. So you'll start in child's pose with your hands on your heels. And as you come up, press through your shoulders. Hips forward and up and open through your chest. And then the trickier part, at least for me, round your shoulders to come back down. Down, 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 down. Round forward and back into the child's pose. See if you can go a few times through that. So the tricky part, you get about halfway and you're like, wait, my fingertips are coming off of my feet. Pull into the center of your body. Puff up through the space in your shoulder blades. Yes, Ruby, there you go. Yeah, that's like a whole new spinal movement happening there. Beautiful, love it. One more attempt, a few more breaths if you're in that solid, stable camel. Then high hero, sit back on your heels. Oh. They say that you're only as old as the age of your spine. This will keep you young. Swing your legs around, bridge pose. Plant your feet on the floor. If you like having a block between your thighs, grab it now. Press into your feet. Rise up. Hands can be bound at your low back or out to the side in cactus arms. Then squeeze your shoulder blades underneath you and let them lift your chest up to the ceiling. Big, powerful breath here. Bring it into the space. Yes, let the sound of the breath, the energy of your breath travel off the edges of your mat and to the person closest to you. One more inhale. Lower down, knees side to side. Remove the block if you've got one there. Bridge number 2, press down, rise up. Anchor down through the center of both of your heels. Then bring your right knee into your chest. Press your right foot up to the sky. Pulse your hips up to the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Pulse that leg up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, knees side to side. All right, yogis, you are more than ready for wheel poses. Wheel number 1, tuck your fingertips, rise up. I feel like that too sometimes, Rob. Press down and rise up. And that's the thing, like you feel the thing and you're like, ugh, about it, and then you just do the thing anyways. Tuck your chin and come down. Breathe in, breath out. Number 2, wheel pose, rise up. Yes, no hesitation, eyes glued to one spot and intentional. Tuck your chin and come down. Breath in, clear it out. Number 3, you got it. Press, lift, move, up and away from the floor. Beautiful. Tuck your chin and come down. Breathe in, let it go. Number 4, press, lift, move. Make it that simple. No opportunity for disruption. Lower down. Breath in. Exhale it out. Number 5, you've got 2 more. Almost there. Rise up and open up the front side of your body. Lower down. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. Last big open back bend. Make it count. Tuck your chin and lower down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Yes. Eyes on one spot, right up at the ceiling. If you need to make any kind of mouth sound or a sigh or all of that, like let that come out. Happy baby or dead bug. Whole back of your pelvis down to the floor. Legs straight up in the air. Hands either under your glutes or behind your head for scissor legs. Lower your right leg halfway to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Switch on the exhale. Good. Stay right here. Breathe in. Switch on the exhale. Stay with that rhythm. Really specific about the switch being on the exhale. Flex your ankles and spread your toes. Yes. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs straight up. Bring your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Rock up to boat pose. Have your weights or a block right at heart center. Weights or a block at heart center. And sometimes it's nice to get your heels on the ground to get stable first so you can lift up your chest. We'll row the boat side to side for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Good work. Good work. Downward facing dog 2, right side half pigeon. Make your way there. Some of you prefer the reclined pigeon. That's always an option to take the pose on your back. Keep the attention on the center of your physical body here, the pit of your belly, pulling in and up. Your front ribs pulling into center. So even though there's a sense of being settled and of stillness, it's not down towards the floor. You've worked hard for that container. Maintain the container. Powerful Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is a victory breath. Make it sound like a victory breath. In a way that if someone who's not familiar with yoga walked by the studio and heard you, they'd be like, that sounds pretty victorious in there. Yeah, that kind of breathing. Because here's the thing, if you don't take the opportunity at some point in your day, even if it's not on your mat, to fully express yourself, missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. You've got a few more breaths here in half pigeon. You can switch to king pigeon if you'd like, or stay right where you are. King pigeon, you'll bend your back knee and grab your foot like Lisa's doing up front here. And you can stay up or come back down to your forearm depending on your range of flexibility. Nice juicy quad stretch. Which also feels really nice after all the animal movement, that quad stretch. Downward facing dog, shake it out. Good stuff. Left side half pigeon. Set yourself up, get settled in. Victory breath. When you've got so much attention on the detail of your breath, how big the inhales are, where they go in your body, how empty you can get the exhales, your brain doesn't get the opportunity to take you elsewhere. You get to stay right here for the whole hour, just going moment by moment with your breath. Opportunity to fully experience every single thing on your mat. Stay where you are, or king pigeon. Let there be openness in your body, not only in your hip, but in your forehead, in your jaw, your shoulder blades. Let the whole thing open up. Down dog, shake it out. Frog pose, facing the front of the studio if you're in studio. Those of you at home, however you like setting up your frog. You've also got the option for a seated wide leg fold. I know some of you like to stick with that pose. So if you're working there, that's an option. I will say this about the differences between frog and seated wide leg fold. If you're doing one because you really don't like the other one, you should do the other one. Yeah. For years, seated wide leg fold, I'm like, I will literally do any other pose for as long as you want. I do not want to do that pose because the backs of my hamstrings were super tight. But then guess what happened? My hamstrings never loosened up because I didn't do the pose. Got to do the work to get the result. Wake up your feet and your toes. Yes, there it is. That sounds simple, right? Just do the work to get the result. And then when it's happening in real life, you're like, yeah, but what if instead of that, I did this over here? Do the work, you get the result. Steady breath. You've got a few more breaths here. Stay, let your body settle. Different from you holding yourself still, a deep settling that lets your body sink down with gravity, down towards the floor. Slowly make your way out of the pose. Take your time. Yes. And then make your way to seated single leg extension. Right leg straight out, left heel in towards your thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Hinge right at your hip. Fold forward. You might even put your thumb right in your hip crease and kind of press that back and deep into your body. Yeah, give yourself an assist there. Get that sense of pulling in and back towards the back edge of your mat so that your spine is lengthening in both directions. Long, steady breath. Switch sides. Right at the hip crease. So for some of you, pressing the thumb in the hip crease will be a helpful assist. For others, if you take your fingertips right underneath your sit bone and like pull it back behind you, really graceful assist. Just lift that up and back. Steady breath here. See if you can feel the expansion through the middle of your back. That's a dead zone for a lot of people. Big full inhales that stretch the tissue in the middle of your back. Seated forward fold, both legs straight out. Hinge. Resist the urge to round your low back to get further forward. Make it happen right at your hip crease. So it might mean that you're not folding down as far, but you have the integrity of the pose to lengthen out your spine and take the tension out of your low back and hamstrings that way. Powerful Ujjayi breath. Keep that going. Tabletop or reverse plank. Fingertips face forward. Press your palms into your mat and rise up. Yes, yes. Up to the ceiling. Those of you in the plank, point your toes down towards the floor. Yes, tabletops. Press into your heels to lift your hips. Good. One more breath here. Lower down. Fish pose. With or without your block. I will say this about the block. If you're looking for a little bit of a more restorative, where there's a passive stretch across the front of your chest, the block is a good way to go. If you're looking for more of an active stretch across your chest, hands tucked underneath you is a better way to go. It's different things to choose from. Eyes stay open, keep them on one point. Let your shoulder blades press your heart right up to the surface of your chest. One more breath here. Open up all the way. Exhale completely. Make your way down onto your back. One more opportunity to get upside down. So you've got all these tools, everything sharpened, the gaze, your breath, the heat, all of the pieces you need to be stable, to be confident, to get upside down like every other pose. So those of you in waterfall, pull the pit of your belly, that space below your navel, straight down to the mat. Got a lot of shoulder stands going on. March your elbows closer together. Yes, closer towards center line. Good adjustments. Most of you in shoulder stand can bring your feet closer toward the front edge of your mat so your legs are stacked right on top of your hips. Yeah. Yes, sweep up. Beautiful. Wake up your feet as they go up to the ceiling. Headstands and handstands. You've got another breath or two, and then child's pose for reset. Shoulder stands, take plow. Waterfalls, if you want to take plow, be my guest. Really pause in plow. Don't skip ahead to deaf yogi. Just stay with long, straight legs. So when you start to feel sensation from the plow, good, stay right there. Now, deaf yogi, bend your knees, hug them around the sides of your head. Slowly roll your spine back to the floor, piece by piece. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. And supine twist right. Drop your knees one way. Twist and look the opposite way. Let that whole left side of your body ring out, or the right side of your body, depending on where you're twisting. Twist the opposite way. Supine twist. Let your body settle. You're welcome. Supta Baddha Konasana. Press the soles of your feet together so your big toes touch. Center of your heels touch in. Shavasana. You've got the cold eye towel by the upper corner of your mat. Serena and Ratana, I wish I had a cold eye towel for you as well. Take a long breath in through your nose. Fill yourself up and up and up. Exhale it out. Let your entire body rest easy on your mat. Deepen your breath. Bring movement back to your hands and your feet. Plant your feet on the floor and rock them to your right side. With your eyes still closed, press down and rise up. Take a comfortable seat. Inhale, reach your hands overhead. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. We'll finish our practice together with 3 final ohms. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath in, exhale it out. Thumb knuckles to forehead center. Thank you all so much for coming in during the busy season to get on your mat and get up to something with me. Namaste. Good work, everybody. Super, super fun. If anybody has any questions about anything we did tonight, let me know. This is also recorded on Evolution Go, so if you're like, you know what, I want to do more of those hopping crocodiles, it will be online and available for you to check out. And we do have 2 of our retreats coming up. One that's in Italy that still has space left, and the Himalayan Institute, which is a little bit closer. So that'll be super fun as well. If you're interested, you have questions, let me know. We can talk about both of those things. Have an awesome rest of your night.